Hey guys, bringing you another do-it-yourself computer repair video today. I'm working on an HP laptop here, and the issue I'm going to be helping you with today is an error when you go to start your computer saying no hard drive, or no hard drive found, no hard drive installed. Similar errors is no boot device found, no boot device installed, things like that. Anything where your computer starts loading and it loads the base system fine, but then when it goes to pull your operating system from your hard drive, it can't. And it gives you one of those errors. Keep in mind there are other errors when you're starting up that could be different problems and different fixes. For those of you whose computer won't start up at all, that's another problem. And in the description below, there'll be a link in an HP won't turn on fix. Also, if your computer is starting, you hear motherboard clicks, you hear the fan engage, but the screen's either staying black or dim, that's a black screen fix link below in the description. And if your computer is loading, but then restarting over and over again in a boot loop, that's a boot loop fix. And that video will also be below in the description. So this is just if you're getting one of those errors we just mentioned, no hard drive, no boot device, something like that. So to start with, if you have any questions or any comments, if you get lost in this process, or if you see something you don't recognize from the video or you don't know what to do, check the frequently asked questions below in the description first. It could save you some time. If you don't see them there, leave me a comment and I definitely try to get back to you a couple times a day at least. So the cool thing about HP is that it comes with built-in diagnostic software. So we're going to access that right now to test your hard drive and see if there's anything wrong with it. So to do that, hit power and start tapping on F2 right away as you're powering up your computer. That'll take you to a screen that looks like this. Let me zoom in on that for you. This is where you can access your diagnostic software. As you can see right here, I'm going to scroll down. You can do memory check or hard drive check. So I'm going to do your hard drive check first, because it's saying it can't find the hard drive. It's saying no boot device found, so we're going to check your hard drive. You have a quick check or an extensive check. You can do the extensive if you want. I have very rarely seen a quick check to be wrong. If your hard drive is bad, it's going to show up in the quick check. If the quick check says your hard drive is good, it's probably good. I haven't seen any cases of a quick check that says your hard drive is good and an extensive check saying it's not. So stay with your quick check. I'll hit enter. Starting hard drive check. So the smart check is passed and the short DST is in progress, a minute, almost 2 minutes left. If you see at this point, if your hard drive fails, if the short DST fails, your hard drive's bad, what I would do is replace your hard drive right away. If you want, you can try reseating it. That's where you unplug your hard drive and then plug it back in, make sure that it's got a good connection, and then try running this scan again. But odds are, if this scan fails your hard drive is bad. So at that point, swap out your hard drive. Not the end of the earth, they're fairly cheap. You can actually use this opportunity to upgrade it to a solid state drive or a larger hard drive. If you need help with that process, check my video links below in the description. I'll have a link showing you how to swap out a hard drive in a laptop computer. And then obviously once you do that, you'll need the other link below in the description to put your operating system back onto that new hard drive. So my smart check passed, short DST passed, my hard drive is good, but I'm still getting that no bootable device, no hard drive error. So at this point, I'm going to try to look at some settings in BIOS to see if that's what's causing this. So I'm going to go ahead and shut my computer down. So when I start my computer up this time, I'm going to start by tapping on F10 to get into BIOS. I'm going to show you some settings in BIOS that we can change. So power, start tapping on F10. Okay, so here we are. Oops, I don't want to exit. So here I am in BIOS. I'm going to show you a couple settings we can change in here. So the first thing I want you to check is your system time and system date. You may have to look around a little bit. Your BIOS may not look like mine depending on what model and what year computer you have. But try to look around, try to find your system time and system date settings. It shouldn't be that hard to find those settings. And make sure that they're correct. If those are not correct, it can mess a lot of things up in BIOS. It can mess a lot of things up when your computer's trying to boot. So make sure those are correct. If you find you have to change them and they're not correct, then change them, save and exit, and then try booting your computer up again, see if that solved your problem. If it hasn't, I'm going to show you some other things that we can change in here. So the next thing I want you to change is, without a lengthy explanation, your computer can be set to boot using Legacy or CSM. Legacy and CSM are the same thing. Or UEFI. And you want to switch between those two options. So now I'm going to try to locate those options in my BIOS. Again, you may have to look around. So I don't see them here. I'm going to arrow over to security. I don't see them there. Over to system configuration. I don't see them here, but my only other option is exit. So in here, I'm going to go down to boot options, see if I can find anything in boot options. And there you go right here, legacy support. So legacy support is disabled. So what that means is you're booting in UEFI. If legacy is disabled, it means the other option is enabled, which means UEFI. Again, some of you may not see legacy, some of you may see CSM, but legacy and CSM are interchangeable for what we're doing here. So what you'd want to do if you were in UEFI is switch to legacy, and if you're seeing legacy, like, want to switch to UEFI. So for me to switch here, I would go down to legacy, and I'd hit enter, and I would enable it, because I'm currently in UEFI, and I'd hit yes. So now legacy support is enabled. So now I've enabled legacy, now I'm in legacy. Again, those of you who are the other way would want to do it the opposite. So for the sake of this video, I'm just showing you how to change. I don't actually want to change mine because my computer's working fine. So I'm just going to change that back. Okay, so I changed mine because my computer's fine, but that's what you would do, is you would change from legacy to UEFI, and if you're in UEFI, you would change to legacy. You may have drop-down menus, you may have other ways of making that change, but that's what you would do. And if you cannot change from one to the other, it could mean that your secure boot needs to be turned off. So keep that in mind, and sometimes secure boot is located in a security tab if you can't find that. So that's the second thing you would do after scanning your hard drive. Save and exit these changes, try rebooting your computer, see if the error goes away. If the error goes away, you found your problem. However, if at this point you've checked your hard drive and it passed, you've changed settings in BIOS and that didn't help, at this point we're left with the only other alternative, and that's your operating system is going wrong. So try a factory reset at this point. Again, link will be below in the description of how to perform a factory reset on an HP computer. If for some reason the operating system is so corrupt that the factory reset won't work, then the last option is to install your operating system fresh, which is also a video link in the description. Also a link will be where you can make your own install media for free for Windows 10. So those are all the possibilities it can be, from your hard drive to your BIOS to your operating system. So you follow these steps, you take it one at a time, and you will be able to fix that no boot device, no hard drive found error. So again, any questions, leave them below. I'll get back to you a couple times a day. I'll definitely help you through this if you're not clear on something. Like and share if it was helpful. And please subscribe if you enjoyed do-it-yourself computer repair. Thanks for watching, guys.